Okay, we're recording.
All right.
Hi, everybody. I am Julie Flores, creator of the Quantum Feather, and I am interviewing today a very interesting lady. Her name is Nicole Daniels, and we met a few months ago. And she has shared some of her experiences with me, and I thought it would be good to share those with you as well, because in the South we are not as open to the spiritual revolution that's happening around us. Many people are experiencing things that they don't understand, or they go through things in their lives that they don't talk to anyone about. Even in the fields that of work that we do, um, Nicole is a massage therapist, and she's had her own experiences with that. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then just kind of we'll just start a dialogue. And I hope y'all learn from it, and just be open enough to hear someone else's perspective. So,
Right.
welcome, Nicole. It's good to see you.
Hi, Julie. How are you? I'm glad to be
Hi.
invited to this interview. It's going to be interesting. Um, I don't know what you want to know,
Let's
but
start about yourself. Let everybody kind of know a little bit about you.
okay. I'm an only child. I my parents, as a matter of fact, 50th anniversary is today,
Oh, wow, that's
and
great.
yeah, so they've been married 50 years, and so I've been observant of what a marriage looked like for 50 years. And I am not married. I do not have any children, but I am a massage therapist and an esthetician. So I work in the beauty industry, and I have a passion for whole health, spiritual, physical, and emotional. I sought you through coming across Dolores Cannon videos that she has on YouTube about hypnosis.
Mhm.
And the reason why I wanted to experience it is because I was, I guess, kind of stuck with movement from my own spirit, and I didn't know why, or what was the reason, or what was another way of getting some movement in my own spiritual life.
Mhm.
And so that's how I came across you, which has opened many doors, so many doors I can't keep up with
That's awesome.
with, with the doors that's opening.
Uh-huh.
But it's been all good. It's been all positive, and it's been all interesting. And I also have been sharing my experiences with people I come across. It seems as though that they're also too being stuck. um and then when they meet me, I give them the information that I've learned, and it has changed their lives as well. So it's been, the past couple of months has been, it's been adventurous, which I'm an adventure person already, but it's been good adventure, which is been phenomenal. So right now I've come across learning in detail about different crystals.
Mm-hmm.
It started with when you gave me the crystal of amethyst, and it's just been blooming ever since. Because my spirit is like, oh, we got this one over here, we have this one over there. So it's like a lot of movement. I've even experienced moldavite disappearing, and I learned that crystals will disappear. I was like,
Uh-huh.
what? So they'll disappear and reappear for that, for whatever reason. But it's been interesting, but it's been positive. And my coworkers have even said that I seem happier. So I've been enjoying my little life with this new information.
What do you think is the biggest reason people get stuck in their spiritual journey?
I think people get stuck in the South because of what we've been told about certain things. Divinations or witchcraft or
Mm-hmm.
words like that, meaning that it's antichrist or not good for you. And I really do believe that is a way to control your own spirit and your own self without searching for your truth. And so once you stop searching for your truth, that means that you're living somebody else's truth,
Yeah.
and that can become you become unhappy because you're not living your truth. And so these things to me are just like tools, like any other tools that we come
Yes.
across,
Yeah.
that we use to help us find our own truth and live our own journey. And I think people in the South, because of all these mythical religious lies that have been taught to us,
Mm-hmm.
stops people from experiencing. Now, some people are rebellious enough to where they go into trying to understand those things anyway. But I believe, even though I'm a Christian, I do believe that God made everything, and He says that everything that He has made is good.
Mm-hmm.
So if He made everything and everything is good, then I don't think it's a problem with, you know, exploring different things and subject matters. And the world is huge. You have people that are extremely gifted in the spirit realm, which is psychic, hypnosis. I mean, the list is endless with
Yeah.
people who are me. I'm a healer with my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I do have a counseling degree. So I do tend to help people in my practice, become healthier and continue on. But at the same time, I'm on a journey as well with doing the same thing, becoming healthier. And when I pass away, my goal is, when I pass away, I want to have a smile on my face versus versus a frown. So because I want my journey to be a happy one, and
Yeah.
for a long time it was going towards being unhappy. So I found my joy again,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's what's important, that you live a life that is joyful, adventurous, and that is not a fear,
Mm-hmm.
and that you are proud of have lived, and that's yours.
And
So
you and I, we did some work talking about the South, and it's very embedded in ancestral trauma and things that happened to our family and ancestors in the past. And
right.
so what do you think is important that people need to know about that to help heal what's going on with them today?
Well, I think our ancestors, I have part of my family that was American Indian. I also have Irish. I also have Haitian. I have um, Spanish. So I think it's like 6 or 7 different bloodlines that I have found out through conversating with my parents as to who their parents were. I haven't done a DNA test yet.
Uh-huh.
My dad has, but I have not. And he has, his bloodline goes all the way to Africa, which when he studied his map, he said that it made sense because
Mm-hmm.
of the different bloodlines and how the information that he knew.
Uh-huh.
So I think that um, knowing yourself is definitely the most important part of it all. And I believe that people people are told so many things that's made of fear that they're afraid to just to do it, just to venture. And you don't have to tell anybody that you did a psychic reading, or that you went to hypnosis, or you don't have to tell anybody. If it's something that you want to experience, just go and experience it. And I look at it this way: if something is going to punish me for taking part of something that's here on earth, then they shouldn't have put it there. So that's how I look at it.
And I think you're a good representation of the culture here, because you are so many different things, and I am as well. But I think more so with you, you have a lot of different type of bloodlines just within you. So, you know,
Right,
you talked about your dad's bloodline from Africa, and your Native American and Haitian, and there's a lot of different history and trauma that goes through those bloodlines.
right,
You know, so you, as you know, being here today in the time that we live in, and everybody's awakening to their spiritual journey, um, realize how important it is to heal all those aspects of that lineage, to heal yourself right now.
right.
You know, so
And it's a lot of people that is on that's becoming awakened,
yeah.
so which is a good time, if it's something that is bothering you, or that's pulling. That's what I found out. All the spiritual things that was pulling at me, it was pulling at me for me to understand who I was. It wasn't pulling at me to bring me to a place that was for my demise. And
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of times that the fear of because of what we've been told before, that we don't go into those areas because of what the scare tactic that something bad is going to happen to you.
Uh-huh.
But my experience is that something bad has already happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not afraid to and that's not been my experience since I've been diving into myself.
And let's talk about those, because you know, you talked about experiences, and that, you know, why would God put them here if we weren't supposed to experience it? And you know, our families and even people today have lived through some traumatic episodes of their lives that really are hard to deal with. But I think right now, because spirituality is opening up and is offering other avenues for healing,
Right,
and how to understand yourself better, and how to understand that negative aspect of the reality that we live in. You know, we're told to not look at the darkness, not look at the, you know, the evil in
well the
the world.
well one of the misconceptions that about darkness that I came to understand was that darkness is the canvas for creation. And
Mm-hmm.
that was not what it was told to me, or that's not what my understanding was early on. Darkness was something to fear. It wasn't something that you take from it and create from it. And so that was a huge mountain to climb that I overcame, coming to that realization, because it wasn't just even my friends didn't know, like
Uh-huh.
when we talked or communicated, it wasn't something that they knew. We both feared the same thing, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So when pressing on, that's when I have come across other spirits and other energies that kind of like push me a little bit to it's okay to be in darkness, because this is where creation is established.
So
So
explain your definition of darkness when you say darkness, and so people understand what you're talking about.
nothing is there. I mean, so for me, in my experience, nothing is there in darkness. It's a
Mm-hmm.
canvas. It's
Yes.
just it's a total black. Is nothing is there. This is where you pull. This is where I pull from, creating or want to create, or if I need something, I go to. That's the place I go to, and the answers just seems to be there. I never experienced, but it's darkness. It's just
Uh-huh.
total. It's pitch black. You can't see what's in it.
And I
But
think that's perfect, because people confuse dark with evil,
right,
you know, and they don't understand that it's important that we look at the dark aspects of our life, because that is, like you said, you able to paint your canvas of your life on it. I think that's beautiful, because it's those things that are going to develop us into the people that we are,
right,
you know, and a
right.
lot of people
And
don't understand that.
if you don't like something, just put it back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like this, so you put it back.
Yeah.
Somebody else will use it,
Yeah.
for whatever. But it's I think a lot of things that need to be taught is to not be is the fear factor, because things do happen to people, and that's just I that is what I do not know, and I can't explain. I don't know why some bad things happen to people that's deathly versus somebody else could do the same thing and they don't get, they don't die from it. So I can't explain that. I don't know why that is. I think only my creator could explain why that is, why some people get a pass and some people don't get a pass. I don't know.
Right.
But I think that whichever the case is, or you shouldn't be afraid, or you shouldn't carry fear. I mean, there's a healthy fear, but then if the fear is freezing you to where you're not making moves to better yourself or to become more creative or to widen your spirit or to enhance your frequency, I think that would be that's when you're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Um uh, if you're becoming so afraid that you're not doing anything, I think that's when you're in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a healthy fear just to be safe. I'm not saying be like some people, they cross that line. They cross the line of whether or not to be safe. Like Will Smith is about to jump out of a helicopter, because it's his 50th birthday. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm about to turn 50 myself, but I'm not about to jump out of no helicopter to prove that I'm whatever. I'm not about to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't have a desire to do that. But some people, they just want to push the envelope. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would think, what if that bungee cord snaps and breaks?
Yeah.
But some people like to push their envelope. They think they become to think that they immoral, that they're gonna live forever and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's healthy. But that's me. That's how I feel. I'm adventurous, but at the same time, if things not making sense, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I think that some people say common sense not common.
Yeah.
And that might be true. Now for him, I hope it works out. I hope he lived through it.
Yeah.
But that's not something that I have a desire to do. They have people, I don't what they call them, thrill seekers.
Yeah, adrenaline junkies.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not one of them.
So fear really is supposed to help propel us to keep moving us into learning and growing.
Right.
And what you're saying is a lot of people get stuck in that fear, so they never move outside of that space. And it feeds a different type of energy instead of feeding our energy.
Right. The life energy.
Yes.
It doesn't feed the life energy. I think that with some people, when they do something that they, have been told not to do, and then something drastic comes out of it, like I'm put my mama's business on blast for a little while, but when she got pregnant with me, it was her first time having sex, and I think it froze her. I think she just became, and then she taught me how to be afraid, but part of my spirit just wasn't trying to hear it. So, which I'm thankful for now, because it allowed me to become a independent thinker.
Yeah.
So where I can make up my own mind and make decisions based on, the outcome of what I want to happen versus just being scared to not do anything.
Yeah.
I think that's a terrible way to live, to be, afraid. Because I mean, the bottom line is you can't die but once. Right. So, well, in this body, you can't die but once. Out of the body, I don't know how that goes, but in the body, you can't die but once. And so, I wish, the people in our area was a little bit more. What I miss is the friendliness and kindness of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people are walking in negativity just because they don't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to seek out uh, alternative
Uh-huh.
way. Are they afraid to seek out alternative way? Because I had a priest tell me years ago about hypnosis,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't ready to receive the message because I had a lot going on, and I don't know, a part of me probably just didn't believe it, you
Yeah.
know, and so I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't, and sometimes that's part of people's problems too. They're not ready to receive, or the fear is so great they
Mm-hmm.
can't go into that direction.
Or they have been told that it's something evil, you know. Yeah.
Right,
So,
right,
but the thing about hypnosis, and I kind of hate the word in itself because we are already programmed. And
right,
programming means we're already in a sort of hypnotized state based
right.
off of the things that we believe. So the
Or
word,
have been told by our parents. Your parents program you, you
yes,
know.
yes.
So
Society programs us as well,
right,
So
right.
yeah.
And religion is a
Yes.
mess. I mean,
Religion's a program as well. It's a program.
right. But I think religion, is a place where you develop a foundation to
Yes.
understand what is good and what is not good. I don't think it's a place to stay and remain, because you must develop a relationship with your supreme being. And to
Yes.
do that, you can't do that in a church with a person telling you how to think. You have to,
Yes. Yes.
you have to go within and find that source for yourself.
Yeah.
And
That's
so, but
beautiful.
that's not
Yes.
being taught or told. And so people are just being led by whoever that's leading them,
Yep.
and whether they believe it or not, which is sad. I mean, I listen to people all the time talking about I went to church and blah blah blah, and they don't even know who's leading them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times these people who are leading these churches, they don't expose who they are. You
Right.
just go to this building and they tell you what's the sermon for the day, and then but you're people don't realize that they are absorbing this energy. This person could be giving you negative energy and you don't
Yes.
even perceive it.
Yeah. Or feeding off of yours.
Right, right. Taking yours, exchanging your good energy for their bad energy.
Yes.
Right. And
Yeah.
a lot of times that's what it is. So it's just, you just have to come to your own and start understanding yourself and knowing what you want. Now, I've been the past 2 or 3 days, my spirit, what do you want? What do you want? I haven't a clue. I sit down, I was like, I don't know. At this stage of the game, I kind of wish this would have happened to me maybe 20 years ago. I might have but I'm 50. I'm about to be 50, and I've lived a really good life. I've not lived a celebrity life. I don't think I want to live a celebrity's life, because you lose a lot of your being able to move around people without people knowing who you are. So I don't think that would be something that I would want to experience. And I'm saying that because I had a cousin that was an actor, and I was like, how could this be fun? This is
Yeah.
this is not fun. He had to skirt through hotels, or if he went out to eat, he had to hurry up. That is not fun for me. That was like, no, this is not. I might want their money, the money that they have, but the fame, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not searching for that.
And
No.
they seem to lose the authentic piece of themselves because they have to become an idol, basically,
Right.
based off of what people expect them to be. Instead of discovering who they are, in a sovereign way, they have to maintain this I'm going to be what these people need me to be image.
Right. This particular persona.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to switch the conversation a little bit because I know as a healer, because I think massage therapy is a healing profession. Any experiences you want to share with
like what kind?
Just something that either touched you or made you aware of something differently?
Okay, yeah. When I first came into massage, like after I had finished school and got my license, and then I started practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to understand, I didn't come from a history of massage therapists or body workers or energy workers. I think maybe my mom had a cousin that kind of did energy work. I remember it being very mysterious going to her house. That's the only thing I could remember.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't, so far as I knew, I didn't have a background. A girlfriend of mine from, I was in the Navy. I used to be in the Navy as a dental technician. And a girlfriend of mine had got her license, and she was saying that, and I wasn't happy doing my job. I had just received my bachelor's in counseling from UAL,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working for the state, and I wasn't happy. I was very discontented with
Mm-hmm.
what was going on in my life. And I didn't get the, you finish college and you're going to be happier. No, I wasn't. I wasn't happier at all. And so I was telling her that I was telling her about this, and she was like, I just got my massage therapy license. We have the same type of personality. Maybe you should look into getting your massage therapy license. And so I was, I thought about it, and I also, live in Louisiana. She lived in Washington, D.C., which was, they're a little bit more progressive than us.
Yeah.
And so, I'm living here, and, the reputation for massage therapists is more we sex workers than
Yes.
we. So I knew that wasn't gonna go over too well with my father,
Uh-huh.
because so it's something I had to do. Just do it without telling, without informing anybody. So I started going to class and ended up getting my massage license. Okay, so I got my first job, and so I'm working, and so I'm telling my spirit, I was like, okay, we're gonna be doing this particular work. How do I know where to massage at? Like, what do I do? I just stay with the routine that I learned at school, or how am I going to know? So my spirit was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you where to massage the people at.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm like, okay, so, in a massage room, the lights are kind of dark. And so I could see these lights popping up, just like stars. And I was like, oh, okay, man, I'm a massage right here. And those were the places where the people had the most need or pain that they was experiencing. And my clients started saying, how did you know? How did you know?
Uh-huh.
How did you
Wow.
know? I never told anybody. How did you know? But
Uh-huh.
it was because these lights, these little bitty lights would just pop up in the dark, like, come over here and come on. And so that was my first experience. And to me, that was like a that was different for me, because it was almost like alien light,
Yeah.
because these lights just pop up, just out the blue, and I could visually see them, and those were the places where my clients needed the most help or the most healing. And so after I've been doing massage now for 12 years,
Uh-huh.
and so that was how I learned how to be a massage therapist. I was guided, basically.
So what do you think was guiding you?
I have no idea what was guiding me. I'm glad it was guiding me, though.
Uh-huh.
but I don't know. The only thing that I could point to is that it's a source. It's some
Uh-huh.
type of source that was helping me. I do believe that our ancestors follow us,
Mm-hmm.
that we have guides.
Do you still
And
get that guidance now?
yeah, I still get
Yeah.
that guidance now, especially if the person is new to me. Like if it's a new client, I
Yes.
still see, the lights still pop up, and I see it.
And it can just be one of your gifts. Everybody has their own spiritual gifts to help people.
Could be, but I think
That's
it's a
awesome.
little bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
But I've asked other people, other massage therapists, do they have that experience? And they had one lady that said she did. Like she was
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, I have that experience.
So she was
But
guided how to heal people as well.
right, she said
Yes.
she now not so good experience. I had well, I can't say not so good. It was just different, and it caught me off guard. I was massaging a lady for the first time, and I pressed a pressure point that was on her back, and her spirit turned around and looked at me. Like, her body was still face down, but
Yeah.
I saw a face and everything, like, turn around, and I was like, wait. so that was different, and that was
Yeah.
it.
I think you and I talked about that. We were trying to figure out if it was just something that was attached to her body.
Right, attached to her body, or was
Uh-huh.
it her? Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but I told him it would be all right. Be all right. I'm not trying to harm you or cause any pain. Just with, and then she felt better after it was over with. So I still don't know, because I'm not an energy worker. You know,
Uh-huh.
I think maybe I'm being guided into that arena,
Yes. Yeah.
but I'm not. Yeah, I've always said it, and it's amazing. As soon as I say I'm not interested in something, that end up what I'm doing. And that was one of them, was energy workers, because I don't know, I just find that I don't know why, I just don't think that that's my calling, is energy work, but
I think you're
I have,
doing it already.
huh,
I think you're doing it already.
right, maybe so,
Uh-huh.
but you know, for, I know in massage therapy school, they the lady that was teaching us about energy work said that we didn't have to do a lot, that the spirit would do it on its own, and
Yes.
it
Yeah.
was just using you as a vessel
Right.
to perform the healing um, activity. And
Yes.
so I always remember what she says, but I
Mhm.
don't know, I always think that uh, some other type of person needs to be doing this mystic thing. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I'm starting to look the part more and more every day.
And I like you said that, because it's true. The spirit, in order for the spirit to work through us, we need to allow it, and that scares people as well, because
Right,
they hear so much about being possessed and things like that. But if your heart is in the right place and you're trying to heal and help somebody, of course the Holy Spirit's going to move through you
right,
to heal people. You
right,
know, and
right.
yeah,
It's the truth. It just, it's kind of like opening a door that you don't know what's on the other side. You kind of open
yes,
it up a little bit at a time. You're like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like that. So it's like feeding me baby spoonfuls a little bit at a time. But like I said, I feel comfortable. I don't feel afraid, and I don't. Another thing too is I'm not concerned with what other people think, because when you're called to do this kind of work, it's so much of you. It is
Mhm.
so much like you. It is so much. It is so comfortable. It's so genuine.
Yeah,
You just can, I cannot fathom it being not the right thing to do.
right.
And
Yeah.
so the first thing is, my first like, if people want to know, well, how would you know that this is what you're supposed to do? If you have a generous spirit, or you like helping people,
Uh-huh.
those are the signs that maybe you should be in this type of working environment. And they have different types of workers, like yourself,
Mhm.
nursing, and
Yeah.
hypnotists, and acupuncturists,
Yes. An herbalist and
herbalists, and all these
mhm.
type of people. They all have a spirit of helping each other, and healing one another, because one thing I have learned throughout my 50 years is that you cannot do it by yourself.
Right.
To heal yourself, you have to have help from like spirited folks. And like, I've been guided, like I was guided to you specifically, but I think that had I not known myself before, I might have chose the wrong person.
Yeah.
So you have to test your spirit to make sure that your guide, that you're following the right guide, because they do have guides that are misleading. And so you have to be aware of that. And maybe that's where the fear factor comes in, because
Mm-hmm.
people do tend to have bad experiences. And I think the bad experiences is just because they chose the wrong person to
Yeah.
help them. And
Yeah.
so you have to be, not that the person that they chose is evil. It's just that that person wasn't for you. It's like choosing the wrong spouse or
Yeah.
the wrong boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's
Or the
not
wrong doctor. You can, choose a doctor and not feel comfortable or feel connected, and
right. Yeah,
yes.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But because it's not a doctor. You know what I'm saying? People have they don't relay one type of relationship to other types of relationships.
Yeah.
If you say you're a doctor, it's okay, but he could be a molester too. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes. You don't know a person, Yeah.
Right. So,
So that intuition really is what I'm feeling like is starting to develop, especially in women right now,
yes.
in the work that we're doing, and how important it is. And you're a perfect example to follow your intuition to help guide your life and guide your decisions. I
Right.
feel too that we met because healers are coming together, and I want to network a bunch of us. We do different things. It's not all about, hey, look at me, I do this. No, it's about healing the consciousness of the area that we live in.
Right. Which needs a lot of healing.
Yes, and
Right.
and the people, like you said, they're stuck in this fear programmed way of living, that they're afraid to step out and to allow their spirit to really connect and be real, you know?
Right. And I don't know. I've had many different types of experiences. Like I said, sometimes when you have negative experiences, it might because that is because you have a main spirit that's going to guide you the
Mm-hmm.
way that you're meant to go. You could
Yeah.
have other experiences, like if you veer off on a path that is not of you, it might feel like it was a torment um experience, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just because that's not the path that your main spirit guide wanted you to have. And
Yeah.
so it deters you away from those type of people. Not necessarily those people are bad, it's just that that particular path is not yours and it's not for you. And a lot of people mistaken because I mean, now everybody wants to be a celebrity, and
Yeah.
it's just not ideal for everybody to be a celebrity.
Right.
I wouldn't want to. I'm uncomfortable right now being on this video. That's not it's not for me. But I understand that maybe I'm the only person for to explain this to help other people.
Yes.
But it's something I'll probably have to get used to doing.
Yeah.
But everybody can't be on TV. Everybody can't get paid like Steve Harvey or
Right.
think of some ladies, the Oprah Winfrey, or Gayle King or whatever. But and neither would I want to. But to help the consciousness, I think it would make a better place for everybody to be able to perform and do what they was created to
Mm-hmm.
to do. And that's what, to me, healing consciousness means, is
Yes.
that you can hopefully in this particular lifetime that we can experience peace on earth. And I think that's the healers that I know, I think that's everybody's journey, is putting together and using their gifts so we can experience peace on earth. I think it can be reached. I think that a lot of people need to just delve into their pain and
Mm-hmm.
clean up who they are so they can have this experience.
Yeah.
And so, but because we live in the South, is something that being evil, of divinations, and the spirit world or whatever, we just have to get past that. I think that the young people are that's on the scene now, they're more accepting of it than my generation. We just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we just come into, and then my parents, I don't know, like the
Mhm.
baby boomer group, I don't think they try. I don't
Yeah,
think they trying
they're not.
trying trying to understand or want to understand, because it's like they was given a life that was so easy peasy for them till they a struggle is not really what they understand, because it's almost kind of like they came into the world on uh on a scholarship of life. It's like they their role was almost paid for them. They didn't have to do a lot of work. They just it just
Yeah.
was their form. And so when my generation is Generation X, and
Hmm.
so we got the big, that's what they gave us, X. That's how they defined us.
Yeah. No,
But
we're moving. We're actually the ones moving in the new energy. So we're moving in a chance for our the people who come after us who live in this area of the world to be able to keep on expanding their consciousness and becoming more authentic,
right,
and loving, which is important.
definitely.
I when you say about our parents, I think they were this life they were given was, this is the model life and this is how you're gonna live it and this is it. And they did.
Right.
A lot of them did that. They worked all their lives, they got their pensions, they got,
But
so,
but it was there for them to get.
yes.
You know what I mean? It was there for them to get. Unlike for us, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't. Even though we might have had a upbringing that allowed us to take part in um some material possessions. we
Uh-huh.
still we still had to like work. I started working when I was 15, so
Yeah.
I wasn't,
Uh-huh.
even though my parents afforded me a good life, I still had to start work.
Yeah.
I still had to work at 15. Whereas these kids now, some of these, people these teenagers coming up, they getting brand new $100,000 cars.
Right.
Just because they 15.
Yes.
That was unheard of. That
Right.
is that is still unheard of,
Yes.
from the majority of people. So advancements, I think, are being made. I just wish that it wasn't so materialistic. I understand materialism is a part of symbolism, which is
Uh-huh.
a part of how people express themselves. But
Hmm.
I wish more people express themselves in loving and kindness towards each other more
Yeah.
than the material possession. That's my thing. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's some people agree, some people don't, and I'm fine with it. But if I could share my wealth with others, I much rather have a group of people that I could share with versus look what I got. So
Right.
I don't come from the look what I got
Yes.
environment, because
Yeah.
I've always been a sharer. I've always wanted to share, and so I think I'm gonna stick with it.
Well, no, I think that's where we all should be moving to. And, even I just want to say this, and we don't even know how to speak to each other anymore. You know,
No,
even in the workplace, people don't know how to have a professional dialogue, even courtesy. They speak down to each other, and it's
right,
like, where are we headed? It's time to move out of that. We're
right. I think we are moving out of it. I know from where I work, for a while we had some people that was there that was kind of on that level, but
uh-huh.
the group that we have now is more everybody's taking part in each other's lives, like being kind. For the most part, you got your 2 3 people that they still trying to figure it out. But for the most part, I think we're about to start a curve, in
Yes.
society, to where people are going to become more kind towards each other.
Yeah.
I think that the spirit of materialism, got in the way for a little while.
Right.
But at the same time, I think that we had to experience that maybe that's not the whole way to go.
Uh-huh.
Is the stuff.
Yeah, that's,
instead of the
yes.
instead of the experiences, because I agree you should have good stuff. I have very good taste. I mean, my taste, I can't even afford my taste. I really
Yeah.
can't. I mean, if you put four things in front of me, I'm gonna say that one, not knowing how much it costs, and it's gonna be the most expensive. So that's just how I was born. But
Yeah.
so I already know. I can't afford myself. But um, I think that we're making a turn to be more conscious and kind
Uh-huh.
towards each other, and hopefully, I'll be able to live to see how that feels. Because I
Yeah.
came from an environment. I told you I lived the uh, first 5 years of my life. I was from Opelousas, and that was the environment. That was our community. It was that way. People cared for one each other. We fed each other. We didn't worry about people stealing from each other. I mean, I don't remember that spirit being around us.
Right.
And then I moved to Baton Rouge when I was 5 and got awakened to a world that I was not liking,
Yes.
and it was just this. It was just different. It was just people was more they was absorbed about themselves and not each other, and so
Uh-huh.
it took me a long time to try to understand this environment. And so hopefully, I'm hoping, because I am friends with some Baton Rougeans that grew up here, was born here, and they're making a conscious change. They're starting to share, more and with each other. So I'm hoping that for the whole environment that I live in, that it'll change. That it's making a change, but it'll be more of it. So that's what I'm hoping for.
And I really love that you're able to share that about yourself. And I have a feeling we're going to do another interview as well, um,
Okay.
a little later. But I think people need to hear what you have to say, especially because of your culture, because of your background. We're none of us are the same, and but we are now on a path to where people need to start loving each other.
Right.
And
Regardless of what vehicle we're in.
yes,
I
yeah,
think it's the most important, because that's all about it is a vehicle,
yes,
and it's getting really silly about the different colors,
right.
because my family and period come with all shades. We go from dark to light, as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
So
And if you're
so
like me, people are like, I don't know what nationality you are, so they don't know what category to put me in. So that's good. I don't want to be in a category.
right, well,
You
that's good for, yeah, that's good for you, but they put me in a category real quick, especially if I'm sassy. If
Yeah.
I'm sassy, oh yeah, they'll wait a minute.
And I'm looking forward to working together. I know we have some ideas that we're exchanging and sharing, and
Yeah, and I can't wait. It'll be
yeah,
fun.
and bring some more healing to the South and expansion of consciousness. So thank you for doing this with me. And
You're quite welcome. It has always been joyful.
well, thanks. And we're gonna do this again. So but
So I hope I answered your questions the way you needed them,
oh,
and
you
excelled
did. It's been
whatever you.
awesome. It's been
Yeah.
great. So hold on. I'm gonna let everybody go right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. So everybody have a good day, and come back and look for the second interview. Probably be in a couple weeks. I'll get with Nicole and we'll schedule it. But if you have any feedback you want to give me, go ahead and just send me a message through my email that's on my website at thequantumfeather.com.